from this to this. And from this to this. And believe it or not, even your rubbish bin started its life like this. Now that's what you call a complete recycle cycle. It all comes down to you and how seriously you take what you do with your rubbish. After all, the average Australian produces almost 10 times their own body weight in garbage each year. So each time you throw something out, think of yourself, your neighbour, your suburb and your council area. If we all put a little thought into how we get rid of our rubbish, you'd be surprised by what we could come up with. Pete's Soil and Garden Supplies, Solo Waste and the City of Marion have been thinking. They've joined forces to make sure that if you can take the time and care to divide your rubbish into what can and can't be recycled, your efforts are not wasted. It all starts with you. You have 2 wheelie bins and if you use them properly, they really work. One bin's divided into recyclables and garbage. These are the items you can put into the recycling section. Steel and aluminium cans, including empty aerosol cans, glass bottles and jars, milk and juice cartons, newspapers, cardboard and magazines, and plastic bottles, including soft drink, milk and fruit juice bottles. And these are a few items that shouldn't be placed in the recycling section. The second bin is for green organics. Now you're probably wondering, what are green organics? Well, they include garden waste such as grass clippings, leaves, weeds and prunings. Tree branches and stumps up to 15 centimetres in diameter are also okay, as long as they fit into the bin and the lid can be closed. So you've done the right thing. What happens next? Let's first look at what happens to your divided recyclables bin. On collection day, Solo Resource Recovery will empty your bin into, you guessed it, a divided truck. The robotic arm on the side of the truck lifts the bin and empties the recyclables into the top section of the truck and garbage into the bottom section. It might seem obvious, but it's really important to keep your bins clear of obstructions such as cars and trees. Once the truck is full, it drives here, the Adelaide Waste and Recycling Centre at North Plympton. This is the latest of 14 facilities run by Solo Waste. It's an Australian-owned company that's been in the waste and recycling business for 65 years. And in partnership with the City of West Torrens, has developed the most advanced, user-friendly waste and recycling facility in South Australia, capable of processing the rubbish and recyclables generated by more than 500,000 people. The materials recovery facility, operated by regional recyclers, uses a combination of automated and manual methods to sort your recyclables. A conveyor belt feeds the material into a trommel. Glass, plastics, aluminium, steel and small pieces of paper drop through the holes and are separated from the paper and cardboard. The glass is separated into various categories. While the paper and cardboard is carefully checked for any signs of other recyclables and contamination which are removed, it's then pressed into 1-ton bales and loaded into containers for market. The plastics and aluminium are sorted, any loose paper returned to the paper line. The sorted plastics are loaded into cages or baled, ready for recycling. An electromagnet removes the steel, which is also baled. Rubbish is unloaded at the transfer station where it's compacted, loaded into semi-trailers and bulk hauled to landfill. The glass will be turned into new bottles and jars. Steel cans are recycled by BHP at Whyalla into railway tracks and other steel products. Aluminium cans are resmelted in Australia and overseas and used to make many products including car engines and new drink cans. Paper and cardboard is made into new paper and packaging products. Plastics are made into a variety of products, including containers, soft drink bottles and storm water pipe. Solo Waste is committed to the environment and the community, and so it's made available an education centre for school and community groups to learn about the recycling process. The rubbish that can't be recycled, that is the garbage on the other side of your bin, ends up in landfill. Dumping rubbish in landfill is expensive and may waste valuable resources, so the more we can recycle, the better. Now what about the green organics bin? Once Solo collects it from you, it's taken to the Adelaide Waste and Recycling Centre at North Plympton where it's milled and stockpiled for transportation to Willunga. And that's where Pete's Soil and Garden Supplies comes in. They collect and transfer the material to one of their composting sites where it's placed in windrows and the composting process commences. Pete's Soil Environmental Recycling Program also includes the collection of waste filtration water from SA Brewing. This is pumped into the green organic windrows to enhance the composting process. The material is regularly turned to make sure even composting takes place and to eliminate weed seeds and any harmful bacteria. The composted product is then screened to remove the majority of contaminated materials such as plastic and paper, which is stockpiled and then taken to landfill sites. The clean material is taken to a second screening plant where it's further refined to produce a number of specific grades which form the Pete's Nitra Mulch and Pete's Garden Compost-based products. Commercial grades of compost have been specifically developed for application to vineyards as surface mulches and soil enhancement products. The material is delivered to a client's site by Pete's soil trucks and is loaded into spreading machinery and applied to vines as a branded mulch recognised throughout the industry as Pete's Nitra Mulch. Research has shown composted green organics used in this way is a valuable water conservation and weed control tool. And the benefits don't stop there, with many commercial growers reporting increased yields and a reduced need to irrigate. Composted material is also bagged for sale in the retail market under the name Pete's Garden Compost. It's also available through all leading garden centres and hardware stores. Other products developed from this concept include Pete's Feed and Mulch, Pete's Cottage Mulch for the retail market, and Pete's Organic Booster, Lifter and Organofert for the commercial market. So consumers are buying back something they once threw out, only it's now in a usable form. So what came from the garden is returned to the garden. It seems only natural, doesn't it? Pete's Soil and Garden Supplies, in partnership with Solo and the City of Marion, have closed the loop of green organic recycling. They're on an environmental winner, which all starts with you and your green organics bin, turning this into this. Helps replenish lost soil nutrients and reduces the amount of irrigation needed for farms, which cuts the drain on South Australia's valuable water resources and also reduces the amount of waste dumped in landfill sites. So look around your home. What was once waste is now useful again. Just take your bin for example. When you think about it, it's not really waste at all. If it's sorted right and treated right, it's just part of the recycling cycle, which Pete's Soil and Garden Supplies, Solo and the City of Marion make possible. But it all starts with you.